Hello. Today we are in John chapter 7 and verse 19. And Jesus is speaking here. Did not Moses give you the law? And yet none of you keepeth the law. Why go ye about to kill me? So Jesus makes a big statement. These Jews, they have the law of Moses. And if you're not sure what that is, you may have heard of the 10 Commandments. That was part of the law of Moses. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Honor thy father and thy mother. So that is part of the law of Moses. And the Jews, they always tried to follow the law of Moses. In fact, the very righteous Jews, the ones who thought that they were above everyone else, they took great pride in following the law of Moses. So Jesus tells them, did not Moses give you the law? And none of you keepeth the law. Not a single person is following every single thing that Moses said to do. They all have broken the law. And then Jesus says, why go ye about to kill me? You haven't kept the law, and yet you are trying to judge what I do, and you're trying to kill me. Of course, you and I know that Jesus never broke one single law. The people answered and said, Thou hast a devil. Who goeth about to kill thee? So now they are lying. Already many people have tried to kill Jesus. And many people have plotted and laid traps or tried to lay traps for Jesus. Jesus answered and said unto them, I have done one work, and ye all marvel. So now Jesus is referring back to chapter 5 of the book of John, when Jesus healed that man that was laying by the pool. And the Jews were very mad at him because he healed the man on the Sabbath day. And so they were critical of Jesus, and they were mad at Jesus because he healed this man on the Sabbath day. And so because of that, they are saying he has a devil. And Jesus says, I did one work, and ye all marvel. Moses, therefore, gave you circumcision, not because it is of Moses, but of the fathers. And ye on the Sabbath day circumcise a man. So he says, there's something that Moses gave, in fact, that God gave to Abraham, that young men are supposed to be circumcised at a certain age. And he tells them, if the day for that happens on the Sabbath day, you do that. You do that on the Sabbath day. If a man on the Sabbath day receives circumcision, that the law of Moses should not be broken. Are ye angry at me because I have made a man every whit whole on the Sabbath day? So you do this thing on the Sabbath day to keep the law, and you say that when you do that, you're keeping the law. But I have made a man completely whole. I healed a man completely on the Sabbath day, and you're telling me that you're angry at me for doing that. And then Jesus says in verse 24, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. You and I should judge righteously. We can't judge by what things appear to be. We must judge things by what the Bible says. and what truly happens. So Jesus is telling them this. Remember, these Jewish leaders, they are wanting to kill Jesus, and they will do anything to trap him and to catch him in something wrong. Of course, you and I know he never did anything wrong, so finally they had to make up lies in order to crucify him. That's it for today. See you next time.